Beijing, the political and economic heart of China, is now facing one of the heaviest and most prolonged rainfalls in decades. Torrential downpours have turned the bustling capital into a city of rivers, with streets swallowed by rushing water. According to meteorological agencies, the rainfall in recent days has shattered decades-long records. Some stations reported hundreds of millimeters within just 24 hours, overwhelming the drainage system far beyond its capacity. In the city center, major roads are submerged. Cars and buses are stranded, while many vehicles have been abandoned mid-street, half sunk underwater with their hazard lights flickering in the storm. A surreal scene of chaos. Many residents waded through waist-deep water to reach safety. Families rushed to move belongings, evacuating elderly and children. Markets and shopping malls were forced to close as floodwater poured into basements and retail areas. In the southern and eastern districts, where the terrain is lower, floodwaters rose over a meter deep. Narrow alleys became torrents, cutting off entire households who had no choice but to call emergency services for rescue. In the suburban areas of Beijing, the combination of heavy rain and hilly terrain turned streams and gullies into raging torrents. Water roared down like waterfalls, carrying rocks and trees, creating dangerous flash floods. Mountainous counties reported multiple landslides that buried roads and damaged houses. Small bridges collapsed, rural roads disappeared under thick layers of mud and debris. Residents were forced to evacuate overnight, carrying only a few essentials. The city's infrastructure has been hit hard. Dozens of power substations are underwater, leaving entire districts in darkness. Several industrial zones have been paralyzed, with warehouses and machinery submerged.
只要拿到上面就可以了。加油！
手按一下牌子。
手按一下。
Thousands of firefighters, soldiers, and police officers have been mobilized. Rubber boats, motorized rafts, and even helicopters are being used to rescue residents trapped in flooded neighborhoods. Crews work tirelessly around the clock, despite the relentless rain.
还有一个，拉住，抓稳，抓稳。哎呦，好了，救下了。
快点，还有一个。
哦，对哦，
赶紧的，还有一个，绳子赶紧扔下来。
绳子，还有一个，
快点。
The Beijing government has issued continuous emergency alerts. Citizens are urged to stay indoors unless absolutely necessary, avoid flooded areas, and strictly follow evacuation instructions. Major roads and transport hubs are under strict monitoring. Forecasts warn that heavy rainfall may continue for several more days. The risk of flash floods, landslides, and deep inundation remains extremely high, especially in mountain districts and suburban areas. Authorities are preparing long-term response measures. Despite the hardships, solidarity shines through. Neighbors help one another move to safety, share food and drinking water. Charities and grassroots organizations are mobilizing donations and rushing aid to the hardest hit zones. This disaster is not only a tragedy, but also a sobering reminder of human vulnerability to nature's forces. Even a megacity like Beijing, equipped with modern infrastructure, can be brought to a standstill by the sheer power of floodwaters. In recent weeks, floods have not only battered Beijing, but also wreaked havoc across many parts of China. Provinces such as Hebei, Henan, and Shaanxi have reported widespread damage. Thousands of homes destroyed, vital crops ruined, transport networks crippled, and millions of residents forced to evacuate. The scale of destruction highlights how vulnerable vast regions of the country remain to extreme weather events.